convention use. And then I have a blog that is a, do you know who Breitbart is, Andrew Breitbart? Did I ask you this?
I know who he is, yes.
And he has all those blogs that are called like Big Journalism and Big Government and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I have a blog that's for snarky humor and news. And about half of it is gay stuff, but only about half of it. And it's all kind of politically incorrect. So it'll be like libertarian stuff that's not gay stuff that's libertarian, and gay stuff that's like log cabin Republicans.
Okay.
And then other things that I just think are funny, like cartoons. And it's called Big Homo.
Okay.
And, you know, as a joke. It actually started as an April Fool's joke that I tweeted to somebody that Andrew Breitbart had hired me and Camille Paglia, this famous author, to do this. And then they tweeted back and said, well, he should actually do something like that. And then I thought, well, I'll just do it. But I already had this one Tea Party blog that's called Tea Party 1 Lumper 2 that Rachel Maddow and Chris Matthews attacked on their TV shows.
What's that?
Rachel Maddow and Chris Matthews both attached it on their TV shows.
What did they say about you?
Well, I published a little guide for people coming to Glenn Beck's rally in D.C.
All right.
and told people that if they were strangers, unless they had somebody like me with them, they just shouldn't use the green and yellow line, especially at night. But like if I'm with them, it's okay. But if they've never been to D.C. before and nobody like me is with them, just don't use them, especially don't use them at night, because there are too many bad neighborhoods you can get off in on them. So it's best, just as a simple rule of thumb, just avoid them entirely and stick to the blue line and the red line and the orange line. And so that was attached to being racist. Although
So you were against the
green and yellow lines, yes.
How you guys doing? Gonna be
Great.
here tonight?
No, not me. Anyway, and it is true they probably go through more African American neighborhoods, but what's really true about them is they go through poor neighborhoods. But in the DC area, since the population is 55% African American, all the poor neighborhoods are African American neighborhoods. There are also a lot of neighborhoods that were in the area I told people it was okay to go to. In DC, we have upper middle class and middle class African American neighborhoods because we have such a big African American population.
Of course, yeah. It's people who have good paying government jobs.
Actually, DC's always even had like professors at Howard University and just lawyers and doctors and dentists.
Sure.
And business people, and just because it's such a big population that in Atlanta are sort of the two that have always had a big, wealthier African American population.
It's a less transient population because the African Americans.
That population especially, yeah.
You know,
well, the white people are
the
very
1860s,
transient.
yeah. That is, yeah. But,
and the Asians are very transient too, there as a rule.
but it's not like, you know, in Iowa, like most of the African Americans moved up from the South, or really anywhere in the North, moved up from the South. And,
Yeah. Although there are a lot of black people in D.C. who did move from the Carolinas,
Oh, where's Wayne
who then sell their houses and retire back there.
Where's Wayne Allen Root's star on the clip?
Oh, does he have one? Does he really have one? That'd be hilarious if we find it.
Yeah, I wish I knew where it was.
We could probably Google it while we're at the restaurant.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. Because of course we bragged about it.
Oh, I
wow! We found it!
We found, within a block of wondering about it, Wayne Allen Roots.
Not a block, but within 5 feet.
Yeah, that's, well, 20 feet. Wayne Allen Roots star. It's here. Whether you want to polish it or dump things on it, however you feel about Wayne Allen Root. It's here at New York, New York.
You can see somebody hit it with a hammer.
Yeah,
already,
somebody's been beating on Wayne Allen Roots.
Yeah.
Angela Keaton, did you do this? Angela Keaton's been here. Do you know Angela Keaton?
I saw somebody who looked like a
There's Trump Tower.
less attractive version of Angela Keaton at the convention.
I think I did too. Yeah, and I thought it was her for a second.
I thought that might be her.
Yeah, Angela. Or was it you, Angela? Did something happen? I know Angela.
I see. You'll have to ask her. Whatever happened to her and Michelle Shingal stripping across Texas running for president?
I don't know. I sort of remember that too. But Michelle Shingal, isn't she married to somebody named David Shingal who like lives in Indonesia or something now?
I don't know.
I have some Facebook friend, maybe it's Singh Hazer or something. I have some Facebook friend that I keep thinking it's the same last name as hers. And he is a libertarian and he lives in some Asian country. And so I only know of him by Facebook. And I don't even know how I came across him as a Facebook friend. Since I don't think we've ever been in the same country at the same time. Or at least not in the past 10 years.
So when they glitter bombed the convention after Governor Johnson's nomination was announced, they were carrying these large, some
Who glitter bombed the convention?
Several people carried in these large poles.
I didn't see or hear
It was
this.
more like confetti bombing.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
the
they
confetti
shot
that
off-
dropped?
they shot off-
Yeah. I
they
thought it
shot
dropped from
confetti.
the ceiling.
Well, no,
that's not
people-
glitter bombing.
Yeah.
Glitter bombing is more of an attack.
Sure, but
No, those were like strips of
Yeah.
confetti. There were those two little girls
Shot
who were
off.
collecting them afterwards. They wanted to save them.
because some people shot it off carrying these large poles. Well, the woman who I thought was Angela Keaton was carrying these poles.
Yeah, it wasn't
So
her.
I thought, is she going to set up
Yeah.
a...
Angela, that's your reputation that you would be out glitter bombing people and
So-
carrying around large poles.
I apologize, Angela, for confusing you with someone. If you're actually watching this and listening to me talk bad about you, not realizing where the microphone
Angela, I'm going to make sure you see this, especially since it had Wayne Allen Root star and somebody took a sledgehammer to it. So anyway, I had like about 30,000 people over the course of a year look at this Tea Party blog until they attacked it, and then like 50,000 people looked at it in 2 weeks. Yeah, it was good. Google sent me $280 because enough people clicked on ads.
Oh, wow. That's
But I actually have another one that I almost never post anything on. But I just decided I was interested in this topic, and I was sort of interested in like collecting stuff on it. And I would even be interested in other people like actually writing for any of them. But I just started one called Food and Lodging, and its main purpose. I did this because I was driving to visit my parents a lot, so I was driving through and staying at lots of like cheap places, and I was hoping that eventually I'd have more money and could stay at less cheap places in Virginia and Tennessee. And I'm really interested in like places. If you aim for a cheap place, like how often do you find one that's clean? How often do you find one that has decent food? And how often do you find one that has free Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi that works?
Right.
So I made a lot of tapes of the Red Rock Resort and posted them there with commentary.
So it's kind of a travel review site then.
It is, and restaurant reviews and food things, and that one only about 300 people have ever looked at. But I think I'm going to post that here.
Thing where presumably people.
I put a little
your personal reviews.
Oh no, it is just so far it's just me. And sometimes if I have something on it that I think is actually somebody might be interested in, I'll tweet it. So we're continuing on the Las Vegas Strip, even though we've already seen the high point, Mr. Wayne Allen Root's star on the sidewalk. Incidentally, lots of these people are Europeans. I've heard them talking. One of them, who we just passed by even earlier today, waved and said something to us or to people who didn't exist who were behind us. I'm not sure which. So I'm very confused when somebody doesn't look crazy and they're not speaking English, but they're saying something that seems crazy. I don't know exactly what to make of them. What's this? This looks like a high-end car place. This looks like through the glass windows there should be like Jaguars and Land Rovers.
Yes, exactly.
Let me hold it. I'll take a picture.
And there is Gucci down there, so maybe. But this is Amore Patisserie. Huh.
I learned well from my mother.
I think this is faster when we're not carrying luggage.
Yes.
Because we're already back to.
Much more comfortable.
Yeah, it's true. Las Vegas actually seems to be a city of goatees. Not that most people have them, but there have been several, more than DC. The Libertarian Convention was a convention of beards. At one point, everyone tabling for a presidential candidate, all 3 or 4 of them, were only people with full beards, long beards, hippie beards, weird beards, it was all beards. Actually, I think I've decided that when I make either libertarian event or traveling videos now, I'm mainly making them for my old age. I'm going to be like poor in a small southern town, unable to do anything.
And you go back and watch your videos.
Yeah, as long as there's still electricity. There might have to be the internet too. I will might have to go to the public library once a day and only watch them for an hour or something. But that's what I'm going to do after the Great Depression that's coming. I'll be in a small town attempting not to be thrown into a FEMA camp.
Yeah.
And I will watch my videos. Or maybe the FEMA camps will be sort of luxurious and they'll have like